Hey everybody, and welcome to Hexiled Gaming. I'm Scott, and I've got our first match ever in the Kyber Premier League for you here today. Joining me, Maui, how you doing?
Ever better.
Are you excited for this first matchup here?
It's happening.
Yeah, we've been working on this. We've been working on this for a while now, and very happy to be able to bring you the first match in this Premier League. Who'd have thunk that these top-level players would both want to play Imperial Aces?
I'm just as shocked as you are.
Tharlin, over here on the right, flying his Kyber Cup list. These beautifully painted white Imperials. Whisper, Vader, and Duchess. Haigwood on the other side, flying a variation of Ollie's World list, right?
Yeah, I think the one difference I see is he has fire control system on Vader instead of passive sensors, which is important because it means that the bid for both of these players is 2 this game. Both of their lists are at 198.
Yeah, so they had to roll off, and ultimately Tharlin has player 1 will be moving first and shooting first.
Indeed.
So we've got Haigwood at the top, left corner, Tharlin heading down towards the bottom right. I wonder who brought what obstacles. Did they bring a smattering, or did one person bring the rocks and one person brought the gas clouds?
I think one person brought the rocks and one person brought the gas clouds.
No,
but I'm not sure who brought what.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what Tharlin brought in the cup, but I can't remember.
I know Tharlin placed the first rock in the middle, the big rock in the middle, but I didn't see what else happened after that.
Okay. All right, Tharlin saying he's ready for round 2.
Tharlin, of course, won the most recent Kyber Cup with this very list, didn't he?
Yep, sure did. Very good game. Will had all gas clouds and Space Jam, so likely is. Okay. Decloak forward and a decloak left from Tharlin. Stygian Array evades. So the key difference here being Duchess and Grand Inquisitor. Tharlin, you normally see Fifth Brother on Duchess, but since you've brought Whisper, obviously Fifth Brother's going there. So this is just a shield device Whisper. I mean, a shield device Duchess. How do you like that versus Grand Inquisitor? Because it feels to me like Grand Inquisitor is the way to go when you're comparing these.
It's hard to criticize the way that the list is built when it can clearly handle top competition like it did in the Kyber Cup.
Yeah.
But that being said, if it was up to me, I would much rather have the Grand Inquisitor than a Duchess without Fifth Brother.
Yeah.
Another key difference, I think, is that afterburners on his Vader.
Oh, right. Yep.
Instead of the afterburners, Tharlin has stealth device on his Whisper, and Will does not.
Yeah, so
slightly different loadouts here.
Will's Whisper without stealth device, potentially a little bit easier to hit if you get Whisper in arc, but he is moving second, so.
Yeah, so that's going to be trick.
Oh, we do have Juke and stealth device on Tharlin's Whisper. We do have 2 force.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
so
everybody's got.
The Whisper loadouts are quite different. They both have Fifth Brother, but Will has passive sensors, and Tharlin has Juke and stealth device.
So the tough part for Tharlin is that he's shooting first against ships that all have force. So they all have. They can all mod the Juke. gonna have to keep glancing back and forth to see which which has which. So the green Vader, Wills, has the afterburners and currently has a big lane in the middle.
Got a lot of room to work with.
His Whisper, you could probably confidently say, gonna decloak forward and then one hard in.
Yeah, or else just stay cloaked.
Yeah, it's always an option.
Threatening a whole lot of shots on this next round.
Sorry, who is?
I said I don't think that we are threatening a whole lot of shots in this next round. I would be surprised if Tharlin did anything but cloak to the left with his Whisper and try to keep range.
Yeah, especially since his Vader is relatively far back without burners. Can't get up there and help. I mean, Tharlin did well with this list in the Kyber Cup, but yeah, knowing that it's 198 without passive sensors is surprising.
One point to go with the fire control system. That if they still had the same points and Vader had passive sensors, Will's Vader had passive sensors instead of fire control system, he might actually have chosen to go first.
Right.
Whisper to keep Tharlin's Whisper from shooting first.
All right, Tharlin says he's ready. Tharlin's going to decloak first. Gonna try left and backwards. Fits.
Long flank.
Yeah. No need to rush things. It's early yet. Neither player wants to lose their first premier match in the first 5 minutes. Okay with that.
And these are tricky. You can never rely too much on green dice, X-Wing, because it could betray you at any moment.
You know what you can rely on?
What's that?
Your old man's money.
Okay.
You can rely on your old man's money. It's a song. Don't worry about it. People out
I'm
there
not-
got it.
Not familiar
Also-
with that particular tune.
You would be. Somebody in the chat is singing it right now. I'm also pouring myself a cup of coffee.
I like
decided
that. I got some coffee here as well.
I've upped my game in that I have a thermos now with a lot of coffee, and then I pour myself small cups so that it stays warm.
Get Mr. Big Stream Bucks over
See?
here.
Yeah, Rocker Crocker got it. She can rely on her old man's money. Got it. You know what? This stream, just for Rocker Crocker. This one's for you. Uh-oh. I almost killed Mike. I was too funny. How fast did Vader go? Did a bank 3. Barrel roll left and forward. Oh, I was looking for Will's Vader. Did the 1 bank barrel roll. Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
that was fun.
You're alive? You survived?
Yeah. So here's a pro tip for you guys. You cannot breathe coffee as much as you would like to.
Well, I'm gonna try. Yeah, the question for me is, when do you start doing your 3-speed maneuvers with Vader to enable the afterburners? Still feels pretty far, but I don't know, it's always a possibility.
I'm not really well versed in bases, but I would say when you've got the other two in position, to layer those firing arcs.
Yeah. So Will's Whisper, I would expect a 2 forward decloak. I mean, I guess he could go right if he wants to hold himself back still. I mean, if you see Grand Inquisitor and Whisper coming at you on the flanks, I guess Tharlin's Vader does have the possibility to 3 hard. Towards them. Oh man, not having passive sensors, like,
Well, not having afterburners on Tharlin's Vader kind of limits him a little bit, I think. He can do that 3 hard and then maybe barrel roll if the Grand Inquisitor decides to go 5 straight or something like that to try to beeline down this board edge and catch everybody. So Vader could be trying that, but without afterburners, the thing about having access to that boost is that you can change the orientation. Boost lets you change the orientation of your firing arc after your maneuver, which barrel roll does not let you do, which is why people generally consider the boost to be the more important of the two, or an ace type gameplay. And this Vader is stuck wherever whichever direction he's dialed his firing arc in, that's the direction it's going to be facing no matter what.
You know what? In this matchup, Tharlin, with no access to boost, no passive sensors, he doesn't have it on his Whisper either. All the advantages seem to be in Will's hands. The passive sensors on Whisper, the afterburners on Vader, the access to Grand Inquisitors, force points over Duchess, and
second player,
and being second player. Wow, Tharlin. You see a near mirror match, but there are enough differences that, yeah, Tharlin definitely feels like a bit of an underdog here.
Maybe, I don't know. It's so hard to say before we see like how the first engage is gonna.
Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking with the overlay. Looking at these lists side by side and the player 1, player 2, boy, there's a lot of things stacked. A lot of small things, but they are present, stacked against Tharlin.
Yeah, I think the biggest one is that a Duchess that is moving before everybody in the enemy list is at quite a big disadvantage. Like, her ability is not useless. A lot of the power, a lot of it's just raw strength that's taken away.
Apostasis says Juke is a points trap, and that's the other thing is, you know, he's brought this big upgrade Juke, and he's facing off against a list with force that he has to shoot first.
Yeah, still helps.
Yeah,
because you're still draining a finite resource if you're forcing your opponent to spend their force tokens when they roll to squibble. That still helps. Yeah, generally to see Juke be really effective, you want other token stripping in the list. This list doesn't really have that. It just has the one Juke.
Oh, okay. Gonna barrel roll left, or decloak left, out of Tharlin's Whisper, still keeping his distance. Gonna let Will come to him. There's the decloak forward from Will's Whisper. So he's not holding back.
Will might be moving fast this turn.
There's the one bank from Tharlin. Takes the focus. Three bank out of Duchess. She's moving a little bit faster. Where is Vader going? So could potentially stay here and block Vader to hold him back, or could barrel roll out of the way. Maybe Vader went fast enough that this doesn't affect him at all.
Going straight.
Goes for the evade. Adopts the defensive posture. Four straight. Hey, Will is moving. Gonna flip passive. Unlikely to get anything, but we could see a 3 hard out of Vader, maybe.
Maybe a Vader, yeah, it does that 3 hard basically.
Grand Inquisitor with a 5.
We're seeing Tharlin group up his ships here. It looked like he was starting to spread them out a little bit, and now it looks like he's grouping them up again.
Grand Inquisitor with the boost. Does he link it? Yep. Into the focus. Vader, one straight barrel roll. Haigwood with the 3 bank has the option to burners. Would that get him in range 3 of Duchess?
Maybe.
Spends it.
The barrel roll fits after the boost, then I would say certainly, but it doesn't look like it. He might be in range.
He's got range, yeah. There it is. And I imagine he's going to spend a force point to focus. Yep, there it is.
That could be tough. It's going to be a shot for Duchess. But she could come away from this the evade token. No force point.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Range 3. Into Duchess. 3v3. Yeah, 3v3. Had to check for the stealth device. It is a shield upgrade. 2 hits. Rerolls with fire control. Hit crit thanks to advanced targeting computer. To evade, spins the evade token.
She got through that one. One more shot, and she's got the another free evade for this one as well.
Grand Inquisitor. Obstructed. Spins the force point for 3. 1 hit. I think Duchess might be okay this round.
Unless she rolls 4 eyeballs right here.
Gas cloud. Okay. Whew. I certainly didn't forget about the gas, so do not accuse me of that. Well, Duchess took 2 shots for no damage. Now, Vader does have the lock, so that might help out a little later. Passive sensors goes off on Whisper, but nothing in range. We should be moving on to the end phase. Yep, there go the cloaks.
So, setup here. Will got a really good turn there where he got 2 shots to a Duchess that only had 1 evade token, but was not able to push any damage through. It was good for Tharlin, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about, he probably wants to go straight, like forward with his Whisper and then try to kind of turn into these obstacles here. But if you do that, turning into those obstacles with Whisper is dangerous because then she can't really decloak. Like,
exactly, it does
she can
limit your options. I mean, do you just decloak left and then hard 1 or
2? Yeah. You do risk getting range controlled with Whisper again, though.
At some point, Tharlin's got to turn his Vader around.
He could just 2 hard Vader, and we could have our joust here. So kind of curious what this Whisper is going to... I'm sorry, what this Duchess is going to do.
Yeah, I mean...
Aileron and then turn in and try to jam up the works a little bit.
Yeah, I think you turn Duchess into a blocker. She's not an arc dodger. She's an arc denier.
She is the cheapest named striker.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Maybe that'll change soon.
I hope so.
I like all the other strikers, but boy, they're not as good.
Yeah, the ability to only take 1 damage per shot is not as good as the ability to not be shot.
Strong words.
It's a hot take, but I'm sticking with it.
So who is the most obvious? Well, I mean, I guess Duchess can only really go after Vader if you want the block. I don't really know what you... Like, Inquisitor's 2 forward, 3 forward.
Well, it depends on how you think about your win condition. Condition is to kill Vader and then use his own... Is to kill Will's Vader and then use his own Vader as the finisher, or is he counting on Whisper as his end game piece, even though Whisper is going to be moving first?
Ooh. Full aggro.
Old.
Come at me, bro.
Old and spicy. Good barbecue sauce, I guess.
Should we have our own Hexiled barbecue sauce?
We should have our own Hexiled anything.
Anything you want, like we should have it.
Yeah. Full Spaceballs merchandising on the Hex brand.
I think first up is Premier League jerseys. I want soccer jerseys.
Like it.
And Open League, both leagues. They should have their own jerseys. But a black and gold jersey is just the coolest thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into the Steelers thing. I'm for Baltimore, man. Publicly acknowledged that black and gold is cool.
Cool. There's the hard turn in from Will's Whisper. Turns on passive sensors. There's the 2 forward from the Grand Inquisitor focus boost. We'll now have a shot on Tharlin's Whisper. I don't know that Duchess did much to get in the way of Vader. Maybe she wants shots. I think
we might also... But what Will is thinking about in his target priority. So it looks like he should have his choice of Vader and Whisper.
All right, going for a lock. Does not have Vader.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking that the roll left could be a good possibility for this Vader to try to get away from Whisper's arc. That would deny him locked shot. So sensors at this point, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So he could still spend a force point to roll towards Grand Inquisitor. Now that would guarantee him that target locked shot, but Grand Inquisitor could get rid of his range 1 extra dice. He's just gonna stay there.
I don't see the point in rolling, considering that the Grand Inquisitor is gonna be a 3 reds versus 3 reds either way.
All right.
Spends a force point and it's the advantage no matter what.
Who did... I guess Haigwood's already got the lock on.
Yeah, so he's not going to waste the... it's not really a waste, but he's not going to spend the action to move the target lock.
Yeah. Here is... Oh, so he did have Grand Inquisitor. Spins the focus for hit crit on the Grand Inquisitor for Tharlin. Two evades and a focus, spins a force point maybe? Yep. Takes nothing. Some good greens so far for both players. See if that holds out.
Something tells me that it won't.
Is that something statistics?
Just experience.
All right, now Haigwood. Oh, hit 2 crits, spins a force point for 2 hit or
you
3
could
crits.
See this just being just in one shot. Like that's well within the realm of possibility at this juncture.
Hey, no, there's some natties. 2 evades.
The greens aren't failing yet.
Takes 1 on the shield and 1 crit beneath. Don't be weapons failure. Don't be blinded pilot. Weapons failure.
And it's a weapons failure.
That's what happens. You try to call it, you make things worse.
Would you prefer the direct hit there?
I would, personally, yeah. Let me get my shot. All right, Duchess, 3. Because of weapons failure. Yep. Will just takes that 4th dice and puts it on top of the weapons failure card.
Feels a bad moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Weapons failure before you even get your first shot of the game.
So he's got to consider Whisper's shot. He's just going to leave it. Would 2 hits have gone through? They would have. Hey, feels bad on top of feels bad on top of feels bad.
And it's going to feel worse if Whisper decides not to shoot Duchess. Duchess is just gonna sit there with her focus token that she could have spent.
Here's hit crit out of Whisper. Spins Fifth Brother for hit crit crit into Vader.
Vader's got that
one's going
focus
through.
token, so the juke doesn't really matter.
Loses a shield.
We're going to see what Will is going to prioritize. Does he want to keep trying to push damage into Duchess, or is he going to try to take her?
So he can lock any of these ships. They are all in range, and it looks like they're all in arc. Yep, going after Duchess. There's the answer to your question.
Hmm?
Range 3 into Duchess, 3v3. Target lock. The blank. Fifth Brother to a crit. Are you going to spend the focus? Spins the force point for the crit.
He doesn't have a focus token.
Two
There's
evades.
his only option there.
Takes the crit. Fuel leak. It's half points for Duchess.
That's painful because a crit kills you now.
You're right. 2 hull left, so if a crit goes
yeah.
through, takes both.
So now you've got 2 criticals, and you really want to repair both of them. Whose is that? Is that Vader's lock? That must be Vader's lock.
Yeah. Range 2 into Vader. We're going to spend the force point to make a range 1. Has the focus around for mods. And we'll spend it for hit crit. Tharlin's Vader. 3 dice, no tokens. Does have 2 force points left. Loses the shields.
Vader for shields down on Tharlin's Vader and 2 crits through.
Yeah, that's not a very good trade.
Bad crits too. And Tharlin has a choice to make here with this Stygium. Does he want to take the cloak? Because if he cloaks, he'd be cloaking right if it fits. Cloak forward, he definitely can't go left. So Tharlin in a rough spot here, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he started off in a rough spot, and it only got rougher. Someone...
Get caught in the kill box here.
40 minutes left, 24-0.
You got to think that the Inquisitor is just going to do like a banker turn right in front of Vader here.
Yeah, he's got a 1 bank that's blue.
Mm-hmm. Where's going to be?
You know, he...
Actually, it is possible that Whisper could just not decloak, but it's kind of And Whisper just deciding to dip out when the rest of the list is in so much trouble right now. Let's move.
Duchess is the real concern here. I mean, you could make her last stand here a block on something, but
if you just did like a one bank something.
Yeah, I'm thinking of what Haigwood is going to do with that red whisper.
It has a sloop, right?
Do what?
I don't remember how fast the sloop is. It's a 2 sloop, right?
For Duchess?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 sloops, 1 case.
Okay. So she could leave those Brits and just kind of try to sloop in behind Vader.
True.
About fixing her Brits later.
So, this red whisper, you got a decloak right or a decloak forward. I guess forward 1 hard?
That's certainly doable. As long as, because that's going to put you right about where right now, more or less.
Where who is?
Not exactly, but pretty close. So as long as you're going somewhere where you're pretty sure that an Inquisitor won't get blocked.
Yeah. I was trying to put Tharlin's Whisper in front of Grand Inquisitor with the decloak, but you have to move before Grand Inquisitor too, so that doesn't help.
Well, you could do like a decloak whisper right and then 1 bank left.
Yeah.
Or 1 straight, can they?
Nope.
That's who doesn't fly Imperials very often.
That could change today when you fly your Karsabi list.
I mean, that's the problem, is I feel like the Whisper is decloak and 1 bank left, and I feel like that's a super obvious move. And you never really want Whisper doing super obvious moves. Unless they're totally safe. Especially when your Whisper is that loaded. What is Tharlin's Whisper is 10 points more than Will's Whisper.
I mean, that's just math. That's what I say anytime I don't want to do the math myself.
I'm just looking at the screen overlay.
Yeah. 35 minutes left. I see Tharlin flexing on the second board. He's brought his Kyber trophy. Wants Will to know what he's up against.
Will wins. Does he get to take the trophy home?
Negative.
It does say Tharlin's name on it.
It does. There's the decloak to the right. I like that. Haigwood. Is he decloaking? Oh. Haigwood just shrunk the trophy. Stream snipe confirmed.
100% stream snipe confirmed.
Yeah, I never trusted him. Is the decloak forward?
what's Duchess's big brain master play here?
Here it is, the 2 sloop. I think I like that.
Yeah, you get him behind the list. It's going to be hard for shot on you, and next turn you're likely to be able to just do a 1 straight and start clearing your crits.
Yeah. Because boy, if you have to throw 2 dice this turn, it's very embarrassing. There's the focus on Tharlin's Whisper. Ooh, gets the bump on the Grand and Quiz.
Whisper's okay.
Ooh, but Will's Whisper can barrel roll backwards, right? Maybe get a shot on Duchess.
Could, yeah. It would certainly get a shot on Duchess, but would also take the extra unmodded die from Duchess.
Does currently have a range 1 shot into Tharlin's Whisper.
I think Tharlin's Whisper is a much more inviting target.
Yeah, no. Actually, that's the Whisper with stealth device. So yeah, if you're gonna strip it, now might be the time. Thinking about passive. Oof. Knowing that Duchess does have the arc on me, it does kind of make me want to go focus. I am very defensive. There's the 1 forward from Tharlin's Vader. Does not bump. Gets real nice and close with the Grand Inquisitor. Already has a lock. Does he want to take that shot, or does he want to move that lock over to Vader? There's a focus. He knows he wants that. Spins a force point.
Charge.
Give him back his 3 so that I can take 1 away. Ooh. Spins 2.
There you have it.
All right.
Okay.
Haigwood. 1 forward. Focus. Spins a force point.
Okay. So he's going to take those 2 shots into Whisper.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Tharlin has an opportunity to make up some ground here.
Yeah, here's range 1 4v2.
3
with a block.
shots.
Yeah.
And Will only has 2 shots this round.
Fire control the blank. Focus for 2 hits and 2 crits. Now, Whisper, if she gets paint, would be able to keep the crits on the shields. Yeah, there it is. Force point and evade. Just loses the shields for now. But Duchess shoots before her. So no opportunity for Will's Whisper to get the evade from her ability. Let's see this Vader shot first.
That's really what Tharlin needs, is to get hull damage in on...
Fire control the blank.
Hull damage.
These are just like the perfect Vader shots where you get 3 paint and a blank, and then you reroll that single blank into paint.
Well, that's also going to take care of Whisper's stealth device, which is important because Will's Whisper wants to get that evade.
Yeah.
need 3 hits to do it instead of all 4.
So here's Tharlin's Whisper into Will's Vader. Two hits, has the focus token. Spends it for 4. 1 guaranteed to go through. Can he get 2? So he needs a blank in here. 1 blank to get half points on Vader. Oh, there's all blanks!
He's out of here.
They're all blanks!
That is a dead Vader.
Wow.
For what I said, that the green dice will betray you. Green dice will betray you.
Wow. Wow.
Bruh. The dice, and the game completely changes.
I gave
Oofs
Vader
out in the chat for that one for sure.
Yeah.
that's an oof
Oofs
moment
out
as an ace player.
I gave Vader a Wilhelm scream. Seemed appropriate. All right, Duchess into Will's Vader. Can she push something through with 2 dice, no mods? Ooh, 2 natty hits. No mod. Ooh, takes 1.
That is big. It's half points.
Now, it would have been great if it was a crit, but you know what? Unmodded? It's pretty good. 65 to 75, Tharlin on top.
This is another really big shot right here. Like, this one's got to do with whether Will is still in a commanding position in the game.
Ooh, a hit with 2 crits. Gonna spin the lock on the blank.
To get a crit through. Oh, I don't think he wanted to reroll that crit.
No. Hold on.
What?
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Oof. Okay. Blank focus spins the
dead Whisper.
evade.
Oh no, she still has her force point left. Still
So
be
taking
alive.
the 2 crits.
Depends on these crits. Yeah. This one's a fuel leak or a direct hit. Hit.
So wounded. Weapons failure.
Weapons failure. Oh boy. So Tharlin's is with, so that was a pretty meaningful shot. Tharlin's Whisper is on 1 hole with 2 crits. Can't cloak and has to roll for stress with every action. But on the flip side, Tharlin now has a ship that moves last.
Yeah, Merc, I put the damage on Tharlin's when I was supposed to put it on Whispers, or on Haigwood, so now it should be right. There's 1 damage on Haigwood's Whisper, there's a bunch of crits on Tharlin's. I know that was a funky reroll. Will rolled too many, or re-rolled too many dice. Yeah. So we're talking about the reroll here. Trying to look through the chat to see what the original. So it was 2 crits, 1 hit. He rerolled 2 dice and got 1 eyeball. So that would have resulted in 1 less crit into Whisper, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Sorry, I was
Was weapons
typing,
failure
so
the last?
I muted for a second.
Was that the
Yeah,
last?
so I think
Because like I saw that, I watched the dice, right? It was a crit and a blank. He obviously didn't mean to re-roll the crit. He drew a selection box that was too big. No problem. Put the crit back. But I watched the blank roll into a focus or a blank. You should have just left that one there. So you just take the weapons failure off.
do you want me to?
I'm just. He didn't have any mods for the focus anyway, right? So even if whether he rolled a blank or a focus, it wouldn't have mattered. Alright, so we're taking the weapons failure off. Whisper still halved, still has wounded. No, Will didn't mean to be shady, he just wasn't sure which dice got re-rolled into what. So he just re-rolled them both.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the chat can't tell you which die was re-rolled into what. We're kind of going off our memory on that. So he's not wrong about that, and I feel like if we didn't know which one had re-rolled into a hit and which one had re-rolled into a blank, that would be a situation where you redo the roll. He rerolled, and both of them were non-hits, so I don't think it's fair to get another reroll out of that.
Yeah,
if any of that made sense, but that's kind of what I'm going with.
We got it on tape too. No big deal. And I don't think I'm going to add time because they didn't stop dialing.
Fair enough. Are we 18 minutes and 40 seconds? That was a really big round.
Yeah, wow. Vader's gone. Controversy started. Half on both Whispers.
So these Whispers are at half with
Duchess.
a wounded pilot on Tharlin's Whisper, which is a pretty big deal.
And Duchess, even with weapons failure, pushing that damage through. So what are we looking at? 65 to 111, Tharlin on top. And you know, just as we were writing him off, and by we I mean me, saying how many disadvantages he had to overcome, he shows that, hey, when you shoot first, it can be all right. If your opponent's not going to arc dodge you with his arc dodgers, yeah, you can gain a significant advantage.
There is there's no disadvantage that can't be overcome with extraordinary dice. And no, you should not take that advice. That's terrible advice. Please don't try to roll your way out of bad situations. I'm saying that Duchess can one straight and repair the weapons failure. I think that's it's possible, but I'm not sure because I think that Will's Whisper is going to try to decloak to the right here. Decloak, actually, could decloak left. I'm not sure. Go anywhere.
There's the decloak left and the Stygium Array evade.
There's no shields left on Tharlin's side of the board.
You're right. It's all red over there.
No shields, all guts. The way Imperials were meant to be played.
Sorry, Grand Inquisitor. I don't care how advanced your tie is.
Sorry, literally everyone but Soontir. So he chooses to the ailerons, Duchess. Would have expected him to just do the one straight and and fix a crit.
Something. Yeah.
Instead, he come up the works, and if I can push more damage through with another shot. Good pilot roll.
Takes the stress.
Putting Duchess in this spot also makes me wonder what he's got planned for Vader.
There's the one hard. Yeah, because I expected just a one forward from Vader. Big brain 4K maybe.
Very well could be.
Whisper goes for passive.
You could take the focus. It's a little bit more of a defensive play, but you've got the evade token. You've got the force point.
Yep. The one bank right. Weird.
He just got in the way of his own leader there. Maybe he thought that the Duchess would not be blocked with her
So
one straight.
Tharlin's Vader has 3 hull left, and there is a Whisper with passive sensors staring him down. Duchess?
The Duchess is
shoot.
the weapons failure. Duchess is going to be Tharlin's only shot of the round.
Oof. After such a commanding performance last round, let's see who makes it out of this one. Duchess had fantastic dice last round. We'll actually get 3 here.
Present an interesting question for Whisper.
Nothing. Wow.
It's tough. That is tough. So Whisper has her evade. She's not taking any more shots. So do you try to finish off Duchess, or do you take this opportunity to just load into there's unprotected flank here?
Ooh. Well, you base that off of Grand Inquisitor shot. Oh! And spins the evade and the force point. Takes the crit.
Actually, you might shoot just if the crit doesn't kill Whisper, then you might shoot into Whisper.
Direct hit. It does kill her. Wow. Goodbye.
Does kill Whisper. So moot point.
And now
Well, the dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
you have an opportunity to kill Vader here.
And that's an opportunity that is hard to pass up.
Tharlin's Vader has 2 force points. Ooh, going for Duchess.
He is going to go for Duchess anyway.
Oh, nope. Thinking about it. Puts it on Duchess. So Duchess is on 2. Has less evade dice and no passive mod, so you are quite quite a bit more likely to hit and take the ship off the board. 3 hits, spins the force point, guaranteed death. 2 going through no matter what.
That's a dead Duchess, so now it's Vader versus the world here. Funwalk saying this is how Imperial Aces should be played, and none of that wishy-washy arc dodging.
Does get another direct hit out of the deck, though. All right, Will back on top, 129 to 111.
And this game has been a bloodbath because we've only had like 3 rounds of shooting.
Yeah.
Before, like it's only been 3 or 4 rounds of shooting, but boy, have they been back and forth and violent. At 4 damage to 3 green blanks on Vader. Whew.
Yeah, it was nice to see Tharlin on top a little bit there. Let's give Vader back his force point. He currently has a lock on Whisper. If he can get the arc, he could PS kill her.
What do you do with Vader here?
4K.
That's what I was thinking. So my response to that is, if I will, I probably want to do forward decloak and a turnaround of my own.
Oh.
Forward decloak fit though. Ooh, boy, that's a maybe.
Is there an argument to be made for Vader to 1 bank left and switch targets to the Inquisitor?
Points wise, it doesn't really matter, but you gotta think that Whisper's the more dangerous of the 2.
Agreed, but things that you are more likely to get shots on.
Fair. What's the Grand Inquisitor going to do? Maybe a 1 hard and a barrel roll?
I was thinking Talons. I was thinking K's. The 1 hard. Yeah, that could work. Oh, you're right. The 1 hard barrel roll would be very good. It's not a whole lot you can do about that.
Nope.
Here's the decloak.
Does go right.
Just gonna do the 1 bank. Yep. Passive. Hey, look, a 1 hard.
I classify that maneuver as pretty good.
Links it.
Oh, Vader does do a turnaround. Inquisitor is in really good position to attack him.
Goes for the 2.
Ooh, and I think he's in arc. Oh boy. Ugh. Are we both allowed to just make oof sounds?
Oh yeah.
That's
Somebody's
just gonna be the oof stream.
Somebody's gonna clip them all and run them together, and it's just gonna me and you.
Like those YouTube videos where it's a lightsaber duel. They replaced all the lightsaber sounds with "Hello there."
Yes. Exactly like that. Here's a range 1 shot. Oof. Oh, wow.
Poor emote.
Yep. Half points at least. Can you return the favor with a blank out on Vader? Yeah, that's
enough.
Yep. That'll do it.
That's 3 through. That's the game.
GG. Well, congratulations to Will. Defeats the Kyber Cup champion in his first round of the Premier League. Fantastic match. Tharlin definitely started out with some disadvantages. He overcame them, took the lead, but could not follow it up with a better engagement the next round. So congratulations to Will. Thank you, Mike, for joining me.
It was my pleasure. I can't wait for more of this delightful Premier League play.
Absolutely. That'll do it for this match, guys. Until next time, this is Scott and Mike signing off.